The final day of pre-season testing, and again there was a Red Bull at the top of the timing tables. But with the defending champion Max Verstappen taking the day off, it was Sergio Perez's lap of 1 minute 30.305 which took the honours. The best time of any driver over the 3 days. Earlier in the session, a sensor fell off the RB19 as Perez began his first full day in the car, causing a short red flag period as the errant part was retrieved. Those sensors can be expensive. Later on, the Mexican went toe-to-toe with Carlos Sainz under the floodlights, neither driver wishing to give an inch. Valtteri Bottas caused another red flag, his Alfa Romeo grinding to a halt on track, reported to be a gearbox failure. Once fixed, the Finn found his wings, flying into third spot in the final hour, a period during which several teams used up their allocation of soft tyres. He even got a little racy during the last knockings, the section reserved for the FIA to test their safety systems, the Alpha man cutting down the inside and catching Perez napping. George Russell tested out his DRS boost along the straight, blasting past the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, the Monegasque attempting the repass but running out of room and sensibly backing out. Leclerc had earlier suffered a DRS glitch with a new rear wing. The fault soon corrected by refitting the older wing. A push on the C4 soft tyres bagged him the fastest lap of the morning session. Sainz was just 0.12 off the pace on the same compound in the afternoon. By contrast, Russell was 0.4 back using the softer C5s. Lewis Hamilton had the afternoon session in the W14, and team boss Toto Wolff made a rare trip to the pit wall to watch his star driver venture out. The 7-time champ encountered a little oversteer as he continued his quest to understand the 2023 Challenger, going wide on more than one occasion. But a later push lap on the softs put him top of the shop for a while. He finished the day P2, this year's Silver Arrow, looking a vast improvement on the car of 12 months ago. Although it's likely some teams have yet to show their hand, Aston Martin are already looking like serious contenders. Lance Stroll's stand-in Felipe Drugovich has impressed with each successive session, finishing P3 in his final morning stint in the AMR 23, which is looking both reliable and quick, especially in the experienced old hands of Fernando Alonso.
We feel that there is a lot more to come from the car and we didn't have time yet in testing, only 3 days, but step by step, and the team is working flat out.
The energy inside the team is great. Everyone is, very positive, trying to make a step forward. I think they are managing to do that, but you can really see the team pushing a lot, and that's great to see.
We had to wait until day 3 for the first spin, and it came courtesy of Oscar Piastri. The Australian lost the rear at turn 10 and slid into the runoff, but kept the MCL 60 going. Some flat spots, the only consequence. McLaren's wheelbrow issues seem to have returned, the engineers using a heat gun as they tried to rectify what might be a design or manufacturing fault, something the team described as temporary strengthening work. If that's the case, the technicians back in Woking will be working flat out to get a proper fix ready for next week.
We're probably somewhere in the mix of the midfield is my best guess at the moment. Of course, we don't know exactly where everyone's at in terms of fuel and engine modes and stuff like that. So we'll find out on Saturday next week where everyone really is. But I think we're about where we expected.
McLaren's technical woes mean they're the team that have completed the least number of laps in pre-season testing. Esteban Ocon seemed to be struggling with the balance of the A523. The Frenchman forced to deal with some uncomfortable-looking oscillations and make a lot of corrections, at one point having a massive lock-up at turn 1. His fastest time around half a second slower than Alpine teammate Pierre Gasly's best effort of the morning. So Perez quickest from Hamilton, Bottas, Leclerc and Sainz, with Yuki Tsunoda bringing AlphaTauri some joy, nabbing the 6th best time. And he was ahead of Kevin Magnussen, Russell, Alonso and Drugovich. Lando Norris P11, then came Gasly, Alex Albon, Ocon, Nico Hülkenberg, Piastri and Nick de Vries.